4 years of legal battles, allegations of fraud, billions at stake, and the crypto world watching with bated breath. After years of uncertainty and speculation, we have a verdict that could reshape the future of digital assets. On the 7th of August 2024, Judge Analisa Torres delivered a landmark decision in the long-standing battle between Ripple Labs and the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC. This case has been closely watched by everyone in the community, and the final ruling has some major implications. I'm going to break down the case and talk about potential next steps and whether there's going to be an appeal or not, and I'll also give you my own predictions for XRP. Remember, these are all my own views, and you need to do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. Let me know in the comments below though if you do agree with my thoughts. Before I do that though, I want to point out that if you're looking to take advantage of everything that's about to come for XRP, then you need to keep a clear head throughout and you need to trade without emotions. If you're looking to capitalize on the potential growth, then the best way to do this was with automated trading strategies. There are free platforms out there like Arrow Algo that offer great solutions for traders. With Arrow Algo, you can build and backtest strategies on a no-code block builder. You can backtest them for free, and when you're ready to run them, it will send buy and sell signals to your exchange based on the strategy that you've set. I'll leave a link in the description below, go and check it out. So how did we get here? XRP, the cryptocurrency created by Ripple Labs, was first launched in June 2012. The XRP ledger, developed by David Schwartz, Jed McCaleb, and Arthur Bidrow, aimed to create a digital asset that improved upon Bitcoin's limitations, specifically for sustainable and efficient payments. Ripple Labs has been focusing on creating a real-time cross-border payment system for banks and financial institutions, using XRP to facilitate these transactions at a high speed and a low cost. In doing so, they've solved a real-world problem of liquidity by offering an on-demand liquidity feature, meaning that banks don't have to hold billions in idle capital across correspondent bank accounts. International payments that took 3 to 5 days to settle previously, with eye-watering fees, can happen instantly for a fraction of the cost. Over the years, the XRP token has fluctuated significantly with price, with a huge speculative peak of around $3 in 2018. In December 2020, the Securities and Exchange Commission filed a complaint against Ripple, alleging that Ripple violated federal securities laws by not registering XRP as a security before selling the token. The SEC's argument was that XRP should be classified as a security rather than a currency. Ripple's fiercely contested this, arguing that XRP is a digital currency just like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which the SEC has not classified as securities. The legal proceedings over the last 4 years have been intense, involving multiple hearings, extensive legal briefs, and a mountain of evidence. Ripple's argued that the SEC's lack of clear guidance on the classification of digital assets has been detrimental to the entire industry. The case has had a lot of twists and turns, with both sides presenting strong arguments for their positions. In 2023, the court issued a ruling that XRP was not in and of itself a security, and that secondary sales would not be considered investment contracts, i.e. the tokens that are available to you and me through exchanges are not securities transactions. This was a pivotal moment in the case, and upon the news, the price doubled from 46 cents to 90 cents in a single day. Since then, it's retraced back down, while the last remaining aspects of the case continue to be resolved, which relate to the institutional sales of XRP. Unlike the secondary sales of XRP, these sales contained a contract, which therefore means it could be argued to have met the prongs of the Howey test. This test originates from a landmark case in 1946 at the Supreme Court in the US. The case was between the SEC and a company called W.J. Howey Co. The original case was about whether an investment contract between W.J. Howey & Co. and buyers of citrus groves qualified as a security under federal law. The company sold land to buyers, promising them a share of the profits of the oranges that were grown there. The court established a 4-pronged test to determine whether something was a security. There needs to be an investment of money in a common enterprise with an expectation of profits based on the efforts of others. By applying this age-old test to the Ripple case, it was determined that institutional sales could qualify as securities, and as such, the court has now ordered Ripple to pay $125 million as a fine. Now, this is significantly lower than the $2 billion that the SEC asked for, but it's also much higher than the $10 million that Ripple argued they should pay. There was also an injunction against Ripple to say that they can't violate securities laws again, but there was no specific injunction against specific activities. So basically they've been told, you can keep operating, but just don't break the law again. The ruling that programmatic sales is secondary market sales of XRP to retail investors through exchanges though still stands, however. This distinction is crucial because it clarifies the regulatory status of XRP in different contexts. Following the ruling, XRP saw a significant price surge, jumping over 30% in the space of 2 hours, from 49 cents up to 64 cents. This reflects the market's positive response and the renewed confidence in XRP's future prospects. It was seen as a win for Ripple. Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse has celebrated the ruling as a major victory, as has the rest of the XRP community. He's emphasized that the reduced penalty and the court's rejection of the SEC's broader claims has vindicated Ripple's stance throughout the litigation. The conclusion of this case sets precedent for how digital assets are regulated in the United States. It underscores the need for a clear and consistent regulatory guidelines and highlights the limitations of the SEC's current approach of regulation by enforcement. Legal experts view this ruling as a step towards a more balanced regulatory environment that fosters innovation while protecting investors. So what's next? Well, moving forward, Ripple can now focus on expanding its operations and launching new products such as their upcoming stablecoin, Ripple USD or RLUSD. The company now has a clearer understanding of the regulatory boundaries in which it can operate, providing a more stable foundation for future growth. Notably, however, the clock has now started on a 60-day window during which either side can appeal the ruling. This period is going to be crucial because both Ripple and the SEC have pros and cons to this decision. For Ripple, the benefit of appealing might be that they could get a further reduction in this fine, or even have the ruling overturned entirely if they can convince the Supreme Court to come up with a new digital asset test that would replace the Howey test. It would prolong proceedings, however, and they might prefer just to close the books and move on. For the SEC, they might feel that an appeal could yield a larger fine. However, they've recently been under huge political pressure in the US, and they've had heavy scrutiny from both politicians and the general public about unfair and arbitrary treatment of different digital asset companies. Their approach to regulation by enforcement has been seen as so counterproductive to the innovation and growth that underpin this industry. Many blockchain companies have relocated outside of the US, and the US is quickly falling behind the advancements made by the rest of the world in the financial technology development space. So my prediction is I do not think there will be an appeal, although I'm only 70% confident. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with this? If there is no appeal, then we could see a significant rise in the value of XRP over the following months and into 2025. Remember, however, that the real value in this token will be driven by utility and adoption. The end of the legal proceedings opens the door to make this happen, but it's not here yet. We're still in a phase where the price is being driven by sentiment and speculation, and it won't be until the banks really start using this technology will we see significant increases. That's why it's so important to keep a clear head, trade without emotions, and automate your strategies with Arrow Algo. Stay safe, happy trading.